Welcome to Find Your Outdoors. I'm your host, Frank Willem. Hogs are a serious problem here in the South, as they are in many other areas of the country. So landowners want to harvest them whenever possible. Recently, our good friend Carol Clark with Kids Outdoors hooked us up with Barry Estes at Alabama Hog Control. Now, Barry manages wild hog populations for nearly 50 landowners in central Alabama. Co-host Brittany Willem and FYOT member Wes Martin headed over to Alabama to meet up with Barry, thinking the game plan was to scout during the day and then hunt for a couple hours that night before heading back home early the next morning. They were somewhat surprised to learn that Barry intended to hunt from dusk to dawn. Let's head out to central Alabama to catch the action.
We joined Barry Estes with Alabama Hog Control to go on a hunt and try to kill my first wild hog. Barry scouts and hunts during the day, but also uses a thermal scope to hunt these hogs at night.
We're here in South Central Alabama for my first hog hunt. We're about to go out and see if we can spot some during the day, do some scouting for the night hunt, and it's going to be a good time. Let's go get to it.
Barry manages wild hog populations for a lot of landowners in central Alabama. Many of the landowners are farmers. These pigs can be a huge nuisance as they tear up crops and soil, overall affecting the year's harvest. So these farmers are always happy when Barry can eliminate pigs from their property.
Alright, I've got a food plot down here that I've been seeing a lot of pigs in. Got game camera pictures, they come in all the time. Different times. We'll just have to go see if they're there right now.
We didn't see any hogs on the food plot, but found a lot of signs along the ride.
Here's a fresh track of probably a big boar. He just walked right down the creek. We're gonna cross the creek here and go down the creek here to some more plots, and hopefully we can catch up with this old guy or one of his buddies. That looks like a good 200 to 300 pound hog right there, and that's fresh, real fresh. Old pigs will pick out a pine tree normally because it has sap in it, but you'll see where they'll just rub around and around and they'll eventually kill it. But you can see where they take their cutters and they'll cut through the bark so that it'll bleed sap, and then they'll rub it on them. I guess for bugs, or they think it's Old Spice or something, I don't know, but I found a lot of trees like that.
With a lot of fresh signs during the day, our hopes are high for killing a hog on the night hunt. It's getting close to midnight in central Alabama, and we're out stalking wild pigs with Alabama Hog Control. The green lights on Barry's truck make it easier to go undetected while sneaking up on these hogs. Using a thermal camera, it was really cool to see all the different wildlife that we could still see at night.
There's a little something, but all the hay got in the way. and I couldn't see it quick enough. I don't know if that's a rabbit.
It didn't take long for Barry to put us on a group of hogs. We eased up the road on foot and got in position to take the shot. Once I had the hogs in the scope, that's when the pressure really set in. My heart was racing as I anticipated the shot.
We had a monster 40-yard stalk to set up on the tripod. Long stalk, 40 yards. And I think we got all three of the ones we were shooting at. So we're fixing to go try to recover them. I don't think any of them are big pigs, so they ought to be good eating size. I think we got all three. I hope we did.
We'll find out.
Look at the husk. That's what they feel at. It's sharp now.
No kidding.
It's like a porcupine.
Yeah, feels
You
like
okay?
one.
It didn't take you long to turn that loose.
No, I learned my lesson quick.
All right, let's find this pig over here. Made a good shot too. I don't know how it ran the 20 yards it ran. Kneel in there behind that 40-pound monster.
Well, it may be 1:30 in the morning, but we found our outdoors here in Alabama. It's been a fun evening.
Barry thought he dropped at least one other pig, but we couldn't find a blood trail, so I scanned one last time with the thermal scope to see if we could see anything, but no luck.
With killing my first hog, you could say we're bringing home the bacon now, but we're gonna go try to find some more. Let's get it done.
Chasing wild hogs in central Alabama with Alabama Hog Control, and I was able to take my first ever pig. But I had to give our guide Barry a hard time for missing his shot.
Hey, a lot of trees are now dead.
You're talking about my shooting, yeah.
We packed up the gear and reloaded the guns to get after some more. With me killing the first of the night, it was now time for one of our producers, Wes Martin, to get in on the action.
So when I'm not behind a camera filming for Finder Outdoors, I'm usually sitting in the woods hunting. So I was really excited to go on this hog hunt. I had never killed a hog before. Barry manages a lot of farmland, and we pulled up on this peanut farm, and it was so cool to see all the whitetail just roaming this property. We saw some really good bucks, a lot of does grazing. I mean, there might have been 100 deer just roaming this one field, and that was really cool to see.
All those deer could live to fight another day because Barry was quick to put us back on another group of pigs.
There's two over there and there's a big group up on the hillside. Barry put us on some hogs, and as soon as we got in position and ready to try and take a shot, the hogs ran to one field over. So we repositioned ourselves and we were in prime position to get a good shot on these hogs.
Barry and Wes move in for the kill.
Coconut. Big sow. Headshot. Another sow down. No tracking required. Got my first pig. Find your outdoors. Find your outdoors. Find your pig suey.
So far we've seen two groups of hogs, and we have 2 hogs down. We're still ready to go find some more. Let's do it.
We've been hunting all night in central Alabama after wild hogs. I was able to tag my first hog at about 1:30 in the morning, and Wes got his first hog shortly after. But it's getting close to sunrise, and Barry still hasn't laid one down for himself tonight. So not only are we still out trying to kill another pig, but we're rooting for Barry to put one in the truck. And it didn't take long for him to put us on a few more pigs. We found 2 singles grazing in the tree line. They appeared a bit bigger, so Barry thought they might be boars. I'm on them when you're ready. Even though I had already killed one, my heart was still racing in anticipation of pulling that trigger.
Heard the old joke from pigs fly?
Yeah.
Well, here's the last two ladies. Take a good shot. boom right there, doesn't it? Since I finally hit one, I'm gonna get in here with you.
Well, Barry, you finally broke the curse and you got one.
I did. I hit one tonight.
2 down.
I think you crippled it and slowed it down where I could actually hit one.
Nah, I think it's the other way around.
Well, I tell you, I'm proud. We've killed 4 females tonight. That's make happy landowners.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you, they've all been good ones too.
Yeah. And I don't think they're finished. I think we're gonna find some more. But I sure thought these 2 were boars out here, because when I first saw them, one was trying to chase the other one off, and that's usually what the old boars do, playing bully. But I guess the ladies were having a spat. But they were preoccupied, got them in trouble.
Well, we're bringing home the bacon or ham sandwiches.
Yes, back straps.
There you go. Let's go find some more, Barry.
Let's go find some more. On, swing back, ready? Those the old big girl. I usually get the bottom leg and the tail. You ready?
It's a whole lot of bacon.
Just trying to get the tail. You ready?
Land management, sustainable habitats, food plots, natural resources, financing. Southern AgCredit presents Land Talk, hosted by Alex Reiser on Find Your Outdoors TV.
Welcome back to Land Talk, presented by Southern AgCredit. I'm your host, Alex Reiser. Today we're continuing to talk about getting the best bang for your buck when looking for recreational hunting property. We're discussing things to look out for to make sure you're making the best decision. The last week we discussed ease of access to land and investigating how long the property has been on the market. The next question you have to ask yourself is, are there utilities to the property? Access to water and power are crucial when talking about land values. It's a major part of the appraisal process. There might not be utilities on the property you're looking at, but they may be available. A simple call to your county office can let you know if you have access to those utilities or if you're going to break the bank trying to get those utilities there. The next thing is, has the property been surveyed? This is a question that needs to be asked anytime purchasing land. Although we may not require a survey here at Southern AgCredit, it doesn't hurt to ask if there is one available. If not, be sure to inspect all your corner and boundary lines. You don't want to close on a tract and find out there's a dispute after you close on the deal. Always remember, a survey can be negotiated in the sales contract if needed. The last thing, is the property eligible for government programs? A quick call to the county's NRCS office can answer this question. There are programs like CRP and WRP that may be eligible for a tract you are looking to purchase. These programs can pay well and help cash flow your property to make it income producing. These programs are regulated by the state. WRP is the Wetlands Reserve Program. This program is strictly geared towards waterfowl conservation. A program like WRP can put money in your pocket to allow the state government to control wetland restoration projects and developing and managing waterfowl habitats and hunting environments on your property. CRP is the Conservation Reserve Program similar to WRP. This program focuses on managing natural habitats and food sources for wildlife. For additional information on these programs and to find out if your property qualifies, give us a call at Southern AgCredit. It's always important to do your research and know every aspect of the property you're looking at purchase. Thank you for joining us again on Land Talk, presented by Southern AgCredit. We'll see you next week.